Assalamualaikum, warm greetings, and a very good day to all our viewers and listeners. Welcome back to episode 4 of FRST podcast. I'm your host, Dayang, and it is an absolute pleasure to moderate today's session. In today's episode, we are diving deep into a topic that lies at the very heart of the higher learning in our faculty beyond the thesis. Whether you're a current master or PhD student, a prospective researcher, or someone curious about research thrive behind the scene, this episode is tailored just for you. Joining us in the lounge today is a distinguished leader who plays a central role in driving postgraduate success, our very own Deputy Dean for Postgraduate Affairs at the Faculty of Resource Science and Technology FRST, Dr. Nurashikin Suhaili. Thank you so much, Doctor, for taking time to sit down with us today.
Okay, thank you, Dayang, for having me, and thank you to Grass team for the invite for this Grass podcast. Yeah.
Okay, to begin, could you please briefly introduce yourself, share your educational background, and please tell us about how your journey in the biotechnology started?
Okay, sure. I'm Nurashikin Suhaili. I'm a lecturer at Resource Biotechnology Program at FRST UNIMAS. I'm also serving as Deputy Dean of Postgraduate Studies at the faculty. My education, just a brief about my education background. I completed my bachelor's degree in biochemical biotechnology engineering from International Islamic University Malaysia. Um, and then I continued my second degree, MSc in fermentation technology and bioprocess engineering at University Putra Malaysia. And then I went to University College London to do my PhD in biochemical engineering. Right. Yeah.
Wow, that's really such an inspiring journey, Doctor. And sharing about where you started really puts your passion into research and leadership into perspective. Okay. For my first question, I would like to ask from your experience, what is the main difference between undergraduate and postgraduate study, particularly in terms of learning, creating, and sharing knowledge? And what kind of mindset shift do postgraduate students need to make for themselves?
All right. So if you see the journey of undergraduate and postgraduate, of course there is a difference, right? For the undergraduate, the structure is the format. The structure is very structured. Yeah. So you know what are the courses you take for every semester. You know what the learning outcomes that you are targeted to achieve, and then it comes with the lectures, assessments. Throughout the semester, you repeat the same pattern, right, every semester
Yes.
until you finish your studies. And then it means that you are guided throughout the period, yeah, to achieve what you want to achieve. I mean, to study the existing knowledge. But for postgraduate journey, especially for research-based programs, the structure is very much different. Yeah, you are expected to navigate on your own, to do research, right? And then throughout the period, of course, there are phases where you have to first prepare the proposal, defend the proposal, and then you start your research in the lab, try to synthesize data, compare the results that you got with the previous articles or results, and then the process repeat itself until you get your until you finish all your objectives. You write thesis, write articles, attend the Bible worship. So you can see that the process prepares the students to still learn, yeah, to still learn, but perhaps more deeply than the undergraduates. But also at the same time, the process drives the students to create knowledge as well. Yeah, you means that you do the experiments research to get results. I mean, you get something discoveries in the lab that means knowledge, isn't it? Like you create the knowledge, and eventually not just creating knowledge, but also you have to share the knowledge in the form of written articles, theses, right? And then sharing session during the conferences, seminars, Viva Voce, including, and then not just that. I mean, you can also share your knowledge indirectly
Yeah.
during the community engagement programs, during STEM outreach programs. So that's the way how the structure is. So I think that's the main difference. The purpose of um, the program, yeah, undergraduate and postgraduate, they have different purposes, different design, and different aims on the students.
Yes, that's definitely so so true because as a postgraduate myself, I really have to navigate on my own.
Mhm.
And definitely, there are a huge difference from being an undergrad and a postgraduate myself.
Yes.
And then thank you so much for sharing that, Doctor. I'm sure your journey gives a lot of encouragement to our masters and PhD students who are preparing for their own professional careers.
Right.
Okay, next question, Doctor.
Mhm.
Moving on to our main theme today, which is Beyond the Disease, a way to explore the human stories and massive impacts hidden behind the academic jargon.
Mhm.
Okay, for someone who considers to continue the postgraduate studies, how can they actually decide whether a coursework or research-based program is more suitable for them? And what factors should they consider before they choose their program?
All right. So if you see the the postgraduate programs, they are divided into coursework format and research programs, right?
Yes.
So for the coursework programs, it's very close to undergraduates. It's just that the level of perhaps the level of the studies is a little bit deeper than the undergraduate. And the biggest perk of the coursework programs, if you see the MSc by coursework programs, they are very brief. Like
Yes.
1 year, within 1 year, you can graduate. Yeah. And 1 to 1.5 year lah.
Yes.
So it's very short. And also it's very specialized to certain course. So for example, if let's say you did your undergrad in biotech, right?
Yes.
So you did study about food biotech.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Really
So
good
if let's say you
course.
want to know more about food safety, for example, the topic, so you can decide for master by coursework in food safety management,
Oh,
for
yes.
example. So it's something that the purpose like is to deepen your knowledge in that chosen niche. But if let's say you decided to know more or to deepen your knowledge more than just like attending lectures, you can consider for research programs where the research programs are designed to let the students do the research. So when you do the hands-on things, you will get to know the things more actually, right? And then not just that, you become the experts in that field. So that's how you are prepared towards that. So if let's say you ask me which one to choose, whether coursework, if let's say if I were an undergrad, it depends back on what kind of things that you are looking for. Yeah, my advice is to anyone who wants to pursue their postgraduate journey, whether to choose coursework or research-based program. It depends on your goal, whether you want to deepen your knowledge in certain niche, or whether you want to be an expert in certain niche areas. Yeah. So at the faculty, we have 4 coursework programs. Yeah. We have the oldest one is Master in Environmental Science in Land Use Management, SLUS. And then we have also MSc in Sustainable Aquaculture. The third one is MSc in Food Safety Management. And the newest one coming soon in October is MSc in Analytical Chemistry. And next year, we're going to have another new MSc by coursework program called MSc in Urban Zoology, One Health. Yeah, so that's the amount. That's the choices that the students can consider if let's say they want to pursue their MSc by coursework at FRST. Yeah.
It's really so exciting to explore more of the program offered by the faculty, and it's very interesting for us, for the undergraduate who just graduated. If they would like to pursue the study, they can come to UNIMAS and choose which program would they like to choose, either coursework or the post or research. Okay, doctor. Based on your experience as a postgraduate student, lecturer, supervisor, and now our deputy dean, what kind of advice would you give to our current masters and PhD students to actually help them make the most of the postgraduate journey?
All right. So I think postgraduates have to see their journey as more than a journey of getting the MSc and PhD certificates at the end. So they have to see the journey as a process of developing themselves, transforming themselves to a better individuals, right? So because the whole process trains the students to equip themselves with various skills actually, without without you realize it. So you're not just developing research skill, you're also developing other accompanying skills like soft skill, leadership skill, self-management, problem solving, and all those things, troubleshooting skill, navigation skill in the lab where you have to navigate yourself um, more, like individually more. And then that's one of the thing. And then and I think in terms of the habits, throughout the process, um, the journey trains you to be more disciplined. Okay, try to build atomic habits. For example, writing in logbooks every day, showing up. Try to to be creative in solving the research questions. You cannot just depend on the supervisor, right? You have to navigate on your own more often than not. Try to connect with your peers. Try to attend talks by your friends, because from there you can learn a lot, actually, the methods used by others, how they perceive the things, how they interpret the data. I think connecting to peers is very important. Like grass has mic drop, right? So that's a very important, actually, activities that postgraduates have to join. And I think the last one, they just have to believe in themselves, in their own journey, in their own journey. Don't compare with others' journey so much. Everyone's has a different project, a different timeline, different objectives of research. So yes, some of the results might be easily achieved, but some results might be just appear at the end. So you cannot always compare. I think, like, if let's say you compare too much, that would make you feel overwhelmed throughout the journey. So I think those are among the important advice that the students have to know.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I actually, before I started my journey as a postgraduate, I actually remember one of the words that you actually gave to me, and you said, being a postgraduate, you are often tend to be alone. But actually, through your words, I actually learned a lot about learning from my peers and joining lots of other programs in which it doesn't feel the same anymore. It just feels like very have a lot of writing circles and being together with friends. It's actually being a really good journey as a postgraduate for that. Okay, Doctor. Finally, since the theme for today podcast is actually beyond the thesis, so what do you hope for the postgraduate students? What will they gain from their journey apart from completing their degree?
All right. So I think I have touched the points briefly just now when I say that the purpose of postgraduate journey is not just about learning, right? It's also about creating, the second part, and the third part is about sharing, isn't it? So I think what actually the faculty hopes from our postgraduates when they graduate, they're not just graduating with the certificates, but they graduates with something more to give back to the community, and that is actually trend throughout the postgraduate journey. Because, like, for example, when the faculty calls for lots of community engagement activities, right? So we expect the postgraduates to join us to serve the community, to share their science, to communicate their science. So that's one of the ways how actually the postgraduates can train themselves, how how they can be responsible to the society when they become an expert in their fields. So that's one of the thing, and that's actually that answers beyond the thesis. What postgraduate can do beyond the thesis. It's not just about publishing articles. Of course, that's compulsory, that's required for the graduation. You write a thesis, you pass the viva, that's the absolute requirement. But beyond that, there are many more things that postgraduates can come up with, can contribute, and can join, for example, like those engagement activities. So I think that is the ultimate points when you say
Yeah.
beyond the thesis, what the postgraduate can do.
Yeah.
Be creative in thinking what kind of things. It's not just about STEM engagement. It can be in terms of other things. Yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, probably like volunteer to as a postgraduate too. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
That's truly an insightful discussion, Doctor. Thank you so much for sharing your insights, your wisdom, and vision with us today. Your dedicated leadership continues to strengthen the postgraduate community here at FRST. On behalf of the FRST podcast team and trust committee, we express our heartfelt gratitude for your time and support. Thank you so much,
All
Doctor.
right. Welcome.
Okay, to all of the viewers and listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our official faculty YouTube channel so you never miss an episode. Stay motivated, keep researching, and we'll see you in episode 5. Thank you.